83 players stepped up to the bat for some more interesting metagame results. Let's take a peek at this show. You guys smash the crap out of the subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The third RMC charity event for the Aoki Foundation has come and passed. 83 duelists stepped up to the plate for the chance to play this weekend, and the breakdown was kind of a little bit more thought out here. We had two Tri-Brigade here, as you see, standard metagame stuff per usual right now. We had two Prank Kids, actually, which is very interesting. And then we get down here into the one-ups. Alright, so we've seen Altergeist kind of picking up steam right now, going chugga across the format, which I actually think has been a nice change of pace. Altergeist has kind of shown that it can be this good, decisive pick against the current oppressors in the metagame, and I mean, Multi-Vaker resolving, into Silguidos like every turn is a powerhouse move. It just gotta grind out. And then we had one Madolche. We've seen that the Candy Treats have been doing interesting things as of late as well across multiple forms of tops. And to see that this deck is still gaining success right now is a good thing. We also had one Phantom Knight as well, which also doesn't really surprise me as well. If this deck gets a good showing and a decent player behind the wheel of it, you can definitely be assured that there will be some damage done to the metagame scene. And then we actually had one Dragon Link. Dragon Link's been back and forth right now for the format, both positively and negatively. And I do think that we're going to continue to see Dragon Link be that, I guess, rogue pick, even though it's a little bit better than rogue. But outside of winning this event, first place actually ended up going to Prank Kids. Dragon Link came second. We'll cover that list here in a second. Third and fourth was Phantom Knights and Prank Kids. Prank Kids placed both in top 4 and finals, by the way. And then both Tri-Brigades ended up kind of losing out a little bit here, along with Madolche and Altergeist. Let's pass it on over and take a look at some of these deck lists. First list we have here is Landon Oliver's second place Dragon Link list. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is frickin' Rivalry of the Warlords. We've seen Rivalry actually kind of starting to gain a little bit of popularity. Actually, Gozen has been doing interesting things as well in the modern format. You guys remember when TC Boo was the floodgate of choice? Well, now players are drafting towards Rivalry. Being able to navigate and make an entire board from literally just dragons. Everywhere's dragons. It's kind of free real estate, all right? And it's not like if you go first make a board and you set this, you can still navigate under something like ending on like an IP with a unicorn loaded up to do the extender play. So you do have options ahead of you with this. So we have 2 copies of Absolutor Dragon, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, 1 Chamber Dragon Maid, 1 copy Chaos Dragon Levineer, triple copies of Nibiru, the Space Rock. Then we have 2 copies of Noct Division, triple copies of Psyframe Gear Gamma, 1 copy of Rocket Recharger, 2 copies of Rocket Synchron, triple copies of Rocket Tracer, triple copies of Starliege Safort, 1 Wyvern Buster, 1 Driver, 2 copies of Boot Sector Launch, triple copies of Chaos Space, 1 Dragon Ravine, triple Quick Launch, 2 copies of Dragon Maid Tidying, and triple copies of Rivalry of the Warlords. Ramping up the main deck here. Extra deck, we have 1 Striker Dragon, 1 Quad Barrel, 1 Unicorn, 1 IP, 2 Heavenly Spheres, 1 Pisty, 1 Romulus, 1 Hulk, 1 Boral Sword, the 1 Apo, the 1 Axis Code, 1 Hot Red Dragon Archie, 1 Chaos Ruler, and 1 Borreload Savage. Side deck here we have triple Drone Lockbird, 2 Ghost Bow, 2 Skullmeister, 2 Lightning Storm, triple Tactics Talents, triple Tactics Talents, and triple copies of Twin Twisters, wrapping up Landon Oliver's second place list. Now, guess what? Top 4 was also Phantom Knights. Duck Lee here decided that we were going to play this crazy awesome variant and smash the competition. I love getting the chance to see what concoctions that players come up with for Phantom Knights, because this deck is, in my opinion, kind of underexplored. Alright, so this is also one of the decks that ends on like Dragoon, F-Zero, but you kind of have to make a decision which package you want to play. This build does not look like it's playing F-Zero. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of Seer, 1 Jackalope, 1 Tsuchinoko, 2 Ghost Bell, 1 Graph, 2 Kagemushas, 1 Psychic Trekker, 1 Psychic Wielder, 2 Ancient Cloak, 1 Ragged Gloves, triple Silent Boots, 1 copy of Mr. Stained Greaves, triple copies of Torn Scales, triple copies of Tour Guide, one copy of Dark Magician, and one copy of the Brick. Then we have one Call by the Grave, one Emergency Teleport, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, triple copies of Pot of Prosperity, one Red Ice Fusion, one copy of Rhoda, with one Imperial Order, two Imperm, triple copies of Fogblade, one Sword, and one copy of the Shade Brigade. Down here in the extra deck, we have one Underworld Goddess, one Rusty Tin Can, one Verte, one Link Spider, one Unicorn, one Phoenix, one Cherubini, one Apo, one Axis Machine, two copies of Mr. Break Sword, one Legionnaire, one Nightmare, one Zeus, and one Red Ice Dark Dragoon. Side deck here, we have two of the Contact C, triple copies of Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Nibiru, two copies of Lightning Storm, triple copies of Twin Twisters, and two copies of Anti-Smell Fragrance. Wrapping up Phantom Knights. Like I said, it's interesting to see how much innovation you really can have with these builds between, hey, do I play F-Zero, double Legionnaire? Like, how much extending power do you want to bring to the table for this deck? That's really going to be the question you're going to be asking yourself. Next up here is the taste of candy that you can't forget. So we are playing the Shifter Boy, of course. I always love the people that always talk about the confliction of Shifter with this deck, but I think you can get around it pretty easily. So yeah, we are playing triple copies of my favorite D-Shifter Boy, two copies of Phantasme for that hand sculpting power that you're going to need. Like literally, some of your bricks in this deck get really ridiculous. We have triple Angeli, two copies of Hoot Hoot Don't Pollute, triple copies of Magellin for searchability, two Messengelato for our one-ofs, triple copies of Pudding Soucior, one Pudding Says, triple copies of Space Rock, and then triple Gamma, one Driver. Then we have one Called by the Grave with one Instant Fusion. Now remember, Millenniumizer's tricked. Your deck kind of stinks, losing to hand traps, so, I mean, in the off chance you can open up the Instant Fusion to make your hands more playable, why in the heck would you not want that? Alright, we also have one Chateau, triple Salon, one Ticket, triple Prosperity. I know a lot of these builds have tried playing Extrav. It really depends what you want to do, but Prosperity for the choosability is probably going to be the better path for you. We have triple Infinite Impermanence, two copies of Promenade, and triple copies of Psalm Steed Reich. Down here in the extra deck, we have one Fresh to Start, one Unicorn, one Phoenix, one Asa, one Axis Code, triple copies of Glace Foulet, two Diademisu, two Shock Lala Mode, one Zeus, one Omega, and one copy of Millenniumized Strict. Side deck here, we have triple Contact C, one copy of Pankratops, two Lightning Storm, triple copies of Twin Twisters, triple Different Dimension Ground, and triple copies of Gozen Match. See, look at that, another floodgate. Alright, between Rivalry and Gozen. Gozen should have been the CR, by the way. So, yes, the taste of candy treats out here, still prevailing, even how far down the paradigm are we for the mega-game. The last list we have for you guys is Altergeist. Now, Altergeist never really changes. It just depends on how you want to shape the deck's traps. Alright, your traps are obviously what's going to win you pretty much 95% of your games, quite honestly. So we have one copy of Kungari, triple copies of Marionetter, triple copies of Melizik, triple copies of Multifaker, two copies of Silguidos, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyce Ring. That's your monster lineup. That's it. Alright, we have triple Prosperity. Remember, your extra deck, now just a little smidge. Alright, like, you'll be able to navigate beautifully with this. I mean, you can take the value on the draw too with the Extrav if you truly want to, but it comes down to your deck build design and how you value this. Then we have two Manifestation, two Protocol, two Crackdown, one Imperial Order, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, triple copies of Spoofing, triple copies of Solemn J-Man, triple copies of Solemn Steve Reich, and triple frickin' copies of Torrential Tribute. Extra deck down here with one Celine, one Anima, one Ningarisu, one Lina, one Link Karibo, one Unicorn, one Phoenix, one Artemis, with one Prime Banshee, triple Hextia, one Access Code, and two copies of Inentis. Then we have two copies of Gamma Seal, two Big Balls, two Secret Village, triple copies of Broken Line, triple copies of Different Dimension Ground, and triple copies of Evenly Matched. Wrapping up one of the best breakdowns that I've seen in the metagame in terms of Rogue, actually. So there's always Rogue somewhere present in these events, but it's always kind of interesting to see the difference. So guys, anything about this breakdown, please, if you comment down below what you guys think, smash the love, subscribe button, so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on. There's some more cool awesome content. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.